Hi again, Dr. Steve here, coming to you today to talk about shoes and what it is that they're trying to tell you. A lot of times when we're having back pain, knee pain, hip pain, ankle pain, a lot of that stuff can actually come from the way that our foot is shaped or how we control our foot. And a good clue as to what's going on down there is often to look at the bottom part of our shoe or the sole portion to see what the trends are in our gait cycle, to let us know, is there a problem there and what can we do to fix it. So today I just want to let you know about the few different things that you can learn about your foot and how it's controlled just basically by looking at the bottom of your shoe. So usually there are about 3 different things we can look for, either pronation, which is when people's feet tend to kind of collapse inwards, either what a normal shoe or a normal foot should look like through gait on the bottom of the shoe, and then also what a person who supinates or has a high arch or things like that will look like by looking at the bottom of their shoe. So what I did here was trace the bottom edge of my shoe, and then I'm just going to draw on here with a marker what it might look like based on what your foot might be doing. So a person who pronates or is more flat-footed will tend to have more of wear kind of coming in and across the inside portion of the shoe here. So this will be kind of the inside part, and my arch is right here. And then the other thing they'll have is kind of wear and tear kind of along this side. And as it gets more intense, you'll see more of this on the inside. As you get better at it, you'll notice that it starts to spread out a little bit more evenly when we start to control that pronation a little bit better by either doing some strengthening exercises or getting the right orthotic or something like that. So that's what a pronator will look like. A normal foot, if we look at that from the bottom, or normal-ish foot, you'll see more of the wear kind of on this outside portion of the heel, here like this, and a pretty even wear pattern across from where the big toe hits and where the little toe hits, kind of across in here. So you should see a pretty nice even wear pattern across this whole area if you have more of a normal gait foot cycle type thing going on there. And the last thing that sometimes we'll take a look for is people who do the opposite of pronate, which is called supinate, and that's where they kind of pull their foot more to the outside. People with high arches tend to do this, and they'll have that same sort of wear pattern kind of down here on the outside, but they'll also have this portion out here towards the outer edge will really be taking more of the brunt. People like this tend to complain about having more ankle sprains and things like that because they're constantly rolling on the outside portion of that shoe. So those are the 3 different types: our pronators, our regulars, our supinators. So take a look at the bottom of your shoe and find out which one you are. Just as an example, I will show you the bottom of my shoe, both of my shoes actually, because there are some differences even from left to right. You may even notice that on yourself, that if we look at the bottoms of my shoes here, they're pretty decent. I try to do my best about controlling things, but I do pronate a little bit on my right foot, I know that, and I strike a little bit harder on my heel on the right side than I do on my left. I tend to put more pressure on the right side. I think that might be due to some hip issues that I have that come back every now and again, but you can see it's here demonstrated in my shoe. A little bit more wear here than we have on the left side there, but these ones are looking pretty equal. I'm getting pretty good wear on where my big toe is compared to where my little toe is on both sides, and that tracking pattern kind of follows this normal sort of heel across to outside of the toe over to big toe. That's kind of what we're looking for. So take a look at the bottom of your shoe, see what you see. Let me know if you have any questions about what you find, and if you are a patient here, let me know what you find and we can find out how to fix it. Otherwise, always just reach out with any questions you have, and we'll see you next time. Take it easy.